Welcome back, YouTubers. I'm Timothy. Today I'm going to show you one of my favorite techniques of cleansing spaces, and I do it in all my home clearings and blessings that I do. So the energy in your home is an extension of what's happening inside of you. Now, sometimes as we go through life, we are emotional beings. We take this emotion and we spread it around. So that can be in the forms of fighting or negative energy. And we do it automatically without us realizing. Sometimes we go to work and someone's really annoyed us, and we bring that energy in our home, and then our home absorbs it from us. So just be aware, you go and shower every single day, your energy in your home needs to be cleansed just the same. Now, this is a fail-proof technique I've been using for years, and I can highly recommend for anyone, and all my Reiki students should really take wind of this one. Okay, so I can honestly say this one works like a bomb. Okay, so this is my space clearing technique that I'm redoing the video. It's going to give you more visuals of what I'm expecting from you, as well as you can see the end result. Now, you're going to take a ceramic bowl, just a normal bowl. You're going to line it with tin foil. Okay, you're going to add epsom salt. So I'll add all these ingredients onto the links below or the comments below, so you know what I'm burning. Just enough salt to be all over. Now, just a word of caution, you're using Epsom salts over here, you're not using coarse salt. And the reason being is that you want to, any other salt might shoot fireballs out, whereas Epsom salts are found to be quite a safe technique to use. Now, the next ingredient is surgical spirits, and surgical spirits is one of those ones you want to use very lightly. You don't want to drown the salt in that. So we're going to start with that, and just enough Epsom salts and surgical spirits to fill the bowl nicely. I'm just going to pour lightly, please. Okay, it's just enough to wet the salt, not to drown the mixture. Okay. Now, the reason why we'll do this technique, what it does is it cleans up the air. If you've had a fight, sometimes you can cut the air with a knife, that old expression we use. This technique is brilliant in cleaning up negative or dark energy, especially in haunted homes, especially when it comes to areas that are feeling a little bit ganky or cold, or they give you the chills being less space. Now, I would do this technique in all rooms of the house. It's pretty safe. And just be aware you're setting it on fire. Okay, so you're literally taking a lighter or a match and you throw it inside. Now, just remember, we are working with fire. Please, no kids are allowed to do this technique at all. I do not give permission to any of the kids that are in this channel to work with fire at all. Please ask your parents to help you. But this technique is brilliant. You can't see it right now, but there's flames. What it's going to do is start pulling negative energy into the salt. You'll then look at the salt. If the salt turns black, the energies are working on your behalf. Now, just be aware that your salt will be your precursor to know if you need to relight another bowl. Now, very basic technique, very simple. All it is you'll take your bowl, line with tin foil, shiny side facing you, add Epsom salts, surgical spirits, put this bowl on the floor, throw a match inside, let it burn. Now, another nice way to do it, if you have carpets, put a tray underneath that and put that on the floor and burn on the floor. I want to concentrate on all areas of the home, all living spaces, corners of the house or corners of the room, and the middle of the space. Those are the areas that we want to focus on with this technique. Now, this in a normal home setting, once every 6 months is perfect. If you're selling a home, if you're buying a new home, or if there's been lots of fighting in your home space, that's a very good way to do a clearing. And you want to focus on areas like your garages, rooms that have a lot of rubble, or like storage rooms where the energy is not being moved. Negative energy, all it is just energy that becomes more stagnant, and it doesn't get the ability to be able to breathe, it doesn't get to be able to move. That is what we call negative energy. Now, and this technique is literally pulling negative energy from the air into the salt, and it will show me with black, the salt will turn black. If the salt burns white, as you can start seeing, it's burnt white and it's cooled down now. There's a few specks of black. I do not want to touch the salt whatsoever with my hands. Be careful of this. It's really important that you simply just fold the tinfoil over into a little parcel and take this and you throw it in the bin outside the refuse to remove it, because you don't want it on the property anymore. You want to take this and send it off the property. Now, one thing I can also tell you, please be cautious. Do not use anything other than Epsom salts. Normal coarse salt will shoot fireballs out, and that could catch on fire. So just a word of warning, be very aware of what you're doing with this technique. Do not leave bowls unattended if you don't mind. I would not take responsibility for any stupid behavior. Okay, so be aware, this is a very powerful technique to remove negative energy. In my space, I do many healings and treatments as a healer and as a oracle, or as someone who does readings for people. My space gets done at least once a month. Okay, so that is very intensive. You know, after every client, if the client is very heavy, I can relight another bowl and that will work. Remember, sage cleanses the space and invites good spirits into the space. This technique over here will remove dark energy, negative energy, ghosts, entities. Now, I'll give you a little bit of a story. In Joburg, when I first started healing, my teacher didn't tell me about hojas, entities, things like that. And I took an entity off a woman. I didn't know what it was. I saw it, removed it, and I told my guide to remove it. Now, I didn't know my guide had to have strict instructions of where to go and take it. So my guide just took it and threw it on the floor, you know. And I was then distracted. The client had left. She felt amazing. The pain that she had in the lower back was gone. I was talking to a client of mine, or a friend of mine, and I lit one of these bowls prior to that conversation. And what happened was, this flame created two forks, grabbed the hoja, and this thing was screeching, and then went straight into the salt and disappeared. So this technique really works for hojas, entities, ghosts, negative energies. A really powerful technique. You can use it in your work, in your offices, in your space. You'll feel so much lighter when you do so. Okay, so I promise you, as one of those techniques you really want to do in your home. You want to do it every 6 months in a normal home. If you're running a healing center, after every time you have a heavy client, I'll relight this bowl as well. And as you can see, the bowl is quite big, you know, just another way to work with it. So today's reading and work is just specifically to clean up the energies in home spaces, because you know what? To get someone out to come do it for you, it costs a lot of money. So here's a very cool, safe way to do it. Another way you can cleanse a beautiful energy: light a white candle and pray Psalms 91 over the candle. And the Psalms 91 will remove negative energy, enemies from your life as well. So it's just another layer of removing negative energy. So just heads up, I'm going to fold this completely over into a package. I'm not going to touch the salt. I'm throwing the salt into the bin. It's going off my property, and then I don't have a connection to this energy anymore. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, subscribe if you're new to my channel. I'm always wanting to help people with my channel. This is the intention of this channel, is to educate people, is to give people new knowledge, and to inspire people to become better. So I hope you enjoyed this energy, and I hope you can apply this technique at home. It's a fail-safe proof and proven technique that I use in all my clearings to get the maximum results. Much love to you. I am Timothy. Please put your comments down below. I will answer any questions you have for me. Much love to you. In the description down below, I will add in all the ingredients that I've used right now for this video. Thank you so much. Much love to you.